I'm in danger.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Project Zomboid Taking the Prison. Where we last left off, we had been pushed away from our kitchen entrance by a horde of zombies that came out. However, it's not as hopeless as it sounds. After getting a few hours of sleep, I found that they've kind of spread themselves out after trying to chase my car, which gives me ample opportunity to slowly creep my way back up on foot, clearing them out little by little as we go. And as we make our way back, we see that was pretty much all of them, and what looked like an impossible horde at the end of the last episode is now basically eliminated. We're going to go and find out that a few of them have stuck around. For example, this guy right here. Some more have ended up in the classroom and back in the kitchen. But yeah, it's nowhere near as hopeless as it looked at the end of the last episode. I don't know why they're so interested in this classroom, and in fact, throughout all of these videos, we seem to have the problem of zombies falling off the roof and seemingly being guided into there for whatever reason. They all tend to end up on the windows inside the classroom, which is actually perfectly fine by me because when they're around there, they're manageable. Now, of course, we're going to find a few more loose ones than usual inside the kitchen. So, once again, we're going to have to clear out this problem. But, as with most things, it proves to be a rather trivial threat. The only thing that's a problem is that you'll see I'm getting really exhausted from trying to use this axe. It actually takes a good bit of stamina to use, being such a heavy weapon and all. And I actually would have been better off, even damage-wise, using just the machete. So that's what I'm going to switch back to. Now back inside, we've cleared out what was remaining of that classroom. And we're going to start making our way back down the hall towards the common room. And I'm going to peek out using my hole in the pantry, and of course that's a little bit biting off more than I can chew. Quite a bit tougher than I expected. It seems like there's still a lot of them in that area, so that's going to be the main work we have to do in this episode, is clearing out that common area. But we're not meeting as much resistance as we were before, and that to me is my indicator that we are making progress, even if it may not feel like it. Just gonna lure them out little by little, and one just comes in behind me and almost gets me. Almost bites me right there, and so I'm a little bit spooked, and now I realize that I've been playing it a little more dangerously. I've gotten a little bit cocky, and I have to go back to my old strategy and come outside and take them in a single file line. We've really got just a carpet of bodies out here. And as I've said before, you know, it may look like, oh, we just keep, no matter what we do, they just keep pushing us back into this yard. But that's not really what's happening. Every single one we kill out here, where we have the advantage, is one that we're not going to have to fight inside, where one can come out of a side hallway or a door and surprise us. I'm looking back down that hall where we previously shotgunned all the zombies that were on the window, and I'm going to, again, begin pulling more than I wanted. We deal with them, and as you can see, there's still zombies falling off the roof. I was kind of hoping to be done with that by now. But I guess, you know, attracted by all these combat sounds, the zombies that have made their way to the second floor and climbed out onto the roof, they're still responding to me and building up inside the classroom. Using my spear to save some weapon durability on my machete. It really is a satisfying weapon to use, and it's actually very effective even at this low level. I haven't even leveled up to level 2 spear yet, but it's such a satisfying and effective weapon to use. The only thing that's kind of lame is that the durability, since I'm making it myself, is affected by my carpentry skill, which I haven't leveled up at all. So they do break very quickly. You know, once again, luring more from the common area out into the kitchen. When you get those critical kills, it's very satisfying, but I'm starting to realize, in order to safely do this, I need a new entrance. So I'm going to slam a hole in the wall into what turns out to be the laundry room, not actually infested, which is very interesting to me. I thought it would be full, but that's a very good sign to me. That actually is signaling to me that we're making progress, and that this back half of the prison, is probably a lot more clear than I thought it was. And I'm starting to use a crowbar here because blunt weapons tend to, from what I hear, blunt weapons tend to increase your maintenance skill a bit more, and I'm hoping to get more durability out of my bladed weapons, so that's why I'm using this for now. But as I start to attract more, what I'm finding is that a blunt weapon, even though I have a couple of levels in it, just doesn't kill like a bladed one, so I'm going to switch back to the machete and try to see what I can do with that. It's just not worth risking my life to try and get a few extra maintenance levels. And stomping to try and save durability. It's going to be a real tragedy when this machete goes. I'm checking through this doorway right here because I want to make sure nothing's going to come in through there. Yeah, so we have a few zombies on that window again. The real threat will be if I'm in the hallway clearing zombies and that window breaks, they'll be able to enter the laundry room and come in behind me, so I'm real concerned about that window breaking. Now, it hasn't happened yet, and there's been an awful lot of zombies pounding on it for, like, almost a week in-game now. So it's very durable. It's very durable to the point where I'm not actually sure it can break, but I'm still going to be cautious and treat it as if it can. And I'm actually luring a lot out of the common area. I'm going to have to retreat in a second, and I'm about to make kind of a mistake. I'm backing away, but I'm getting tunnel vision, and I'm backing into this corner. I actually realize I'm in danger and accidentally hit the Q key to yell as I'm spinning around. And that's very dangerous. I almost backed myself into a corner there. And remember, I can't run through these tables. I can run through the shelving unit that's on the wall for some reason, but I cannot run through the tables. So I gotta lure all these guys out here. Unfortunately, because of my anxiety, I'm having a hard time scoring those one-hit kills on them. So I'm just going to switch to the shotgun, get a little bit of distance, and even the odds a little bit. Now we'll just slap it up the last few to death. And once we've taken care of the last of these guys, then we'll be able to move back in and continue our work. Once again, making our way back inside the prison. And our main goal for right now is to see what we can see. So we're going to start removing this broken glass. One, to get the attention of any loose zombies that aren't currently preoccupied with some very interesting windows. And also because we want to clear as many of these windows as possible, because if we get into a situation where we have to panic and run from deep inside the prison, we want to be able to jump through those windows without fear of injuring ourselves by cutting ourselves on the glass. Calling out into the hallway to try and get more of them to come. Those little scouting projects, I know for a fact that there's like probably around 100 of them in that common area. So I want to make sure that there's as many loose zombies mopped up as possible. The ones on the windows, which is where most of them are, can generally be trusted to stay there, but I don't want anybody sneaking up and biting me in the back. Once again, going to check that window, because I saw a couple of guys come through that door, but it doesn't look like it's broken down. And for added safety, I'm going to break in on the top here and check out the showers. Just going to take a second to drop that sledgehammer. Surprisingly, this is another big room that doesn't seem to have any friends in it, so that's, you know, as I said before, that's very reassuring. It tells me that anything that would have been in here was lured out by previous actions, and the guys that were in here are probably dead on the ground somewhere, so yep, seems to be clear. So we're going to finish our work of removing this glass. And yeah, that is some real zombie density if I ever saw it. 2 windows with a whole lot of zombies pounding on them. And I'm wondering if I can maybe use my spear to sneak up behind them and get some Nope! Nope, no, we cannot. Alright, I can take a hint. I am out. That is the most... Seriously, I have hundreds of hours in this game. That is a contender, possibly the most terrifying thing I've ever witnessed and actually survived in this game. I did not expect that to happen. All through this entire playthrough so far, they have been absolutely preoccupied with those windows. And the one moment I try to take advantage of that, that's what happens. I gotta retreat right now and try and have myself a safety cigarette. And once again, we're going to do the conga line of death. Lead them outside. Try to slap them down as they come. Keep that line single file. And as we mop up the last of it, I just want to take a moment to catch my breath. I'm actually tired, so we're going to have to take the car and have a little nap. We wake up and, like, once again, one of them has managed to get between me and the wall somehow. Luckily, he didn't break the window down and bite me. I don't know how they keep doing that, but it seems at least that they haven't been able to attack me so far in that way. I'm just going to take one last look inside the showers, make sure that there's nobody there going to ambush me. Yeah, there goes that spear breaking. They are not very durable at all at this level of carpentry. After one last safety cigarette, it's time to enact the screw it plan, which is to just fire shotgun shells indiscriminately into the window crowd. And just like that, things are looking a lot less hopeless. We've killed probably most of them. And I have to say, I'm pretty encouraged by how few are actually coming at me down the hall right now. So everybody who's in the common area who's responding to me, I'm just gonna back up and handle them the same way as always. It was very nice of these guys in the hall to wait until I was done with these few. Zombies usually have a better attention span than that. I don't know why. I don't know what would cause them to just wait in the hall like that. Yep. And see, this is what I was afraid of. This is why we punched that hole and cleared out the showers, because I was very worried that in that black mass above me, there could be dozens of zombies waiting to come out and ambush me as soon as I started shooting the guys on the windows. So that's why we made sure it was empty. Now you see we have 998 kills total, minus 467. And being out of shotgun shells, I'm going to start loading up my 45 rounds. Just got to clear out more of these loose guys, and then we can start putting that into action. I hadn't wanted to use my 45 pistol, because I don't think I'll be very accurate with it. But it's all the ammo I have left, and the alternative is making a run back into town. And I'm going to try and save that for later. I already know I'm going to have to do that. I just want to save that. Alright, so let's load up and see how accurate we can be. And the answer is actually more accurate than I thought. Even with a little bit of anxiety, we're scoring a lot of headshots. It's actually doing much better than expected. And once again, using Britta's weapon mod, guns are just a barrel of monkeys. They're so much more fun to use and so much more useful, it feels like. 2, 3, 4. Alright, guess we're using the machete again. Once more with the pistol. And that is that window, finally, cleared. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we can shoot through the bars to kill the guys outside. And wow, look at all those zombies waiting for us in the cell block. I am not looking forward to doing the cell blocks. I had thought that there were normally about 700 zombies inhabiting the prison on Apocalypse difficulty, but we've got to be pretty close to that by now, and it doesn't really look like we're anywhere near completely clearing the prison. God, this is satisfying. And just like that, that's the outside cleared. And the common area is... Oh, nope, the common area is not done for. We still have an entire window that we missed. I don't understand why they keep gravitating towards this one window, and this has got to be all zombies that came either from the common area or fell off the roof. seems like every time I come back here, it's a lot. And I'm now noticing I have a queasy moodlet, and that's very concerning. Because even though it only has a 7% chance to infect, I'm thinking back to that scratch that I got the other day. With the length of time that's passed, it's unlikely, and now after I've slept, the queasy moodlet has gone away. So that's a huge, huge relief. Just checking out here one more time to make sure nobody comes in behind me. I, honest to God, thought I might be dead there. But now we're going to be trying out the Kill Bill katana. I've put away the machete because I don't want it to break. It just has sentimental value at this point. And wow, 2 for 2 one-hit kills. I think I'm going to like this thing. I think I'm going to like this thing a lot. Yep, line right up. Oh yeah, this katana is definitely a worthy replacement to the machete. Whole lot of loose zombies still hanging out in here. It's actually a lot more than I expected. But luckily, we have just the tool. Okay. That was almost dangerous. I'm actually not sure why that zombie that climbed through the window wasn't able to trip me up. We're doing so good. Over 1,000 kills now, too. That's on this character. That's not for clearing the prison. I had 467 kills before I came to the prison, so that's what you have to subtract from the total number to find out how much progress we've made here. Once again with the 45, just thinning that crowd as much as we can. And not only did it thin the crowd, it completely eliminated it. And look at that. I'm completely emptying magazines from an unsuppressed weapon in the inner bowels of the prison. And look at that. 4 zombies come after me. 4. I really do think we're making serious progress here. We know for a fact that there's a lot of them in the cell block, but as for just loose zombies wandering around, I really think we've killed most of them at this point. Yeah, still a bunch of them banging on that window. Surprisingly, and I'm turning on the lights to reduce anxiety, surprisingly, nothing at all inside the cafeteria. Nothing much down that hallway back there either, so I think I'm safe to take out my gun and start shooting. Try and clear as much of the threat on that window as I can. Yep, only 2 coming down from that way. Things are looking good. Thin that out a little bit more before I'm going to turn my attention down this hall. It's very important not to get tunnel vision when you're clearing out hallways, because you don't want anybody to come in from behind. You don't want to end up like Big Tiny on The Walking Dead, who unfortunately met his end doing literally exactly this. I love that show. People complain about it, but I really love that show a lot. Especially Season 9 and onward. Boop. Yeah, I'm checking back here to make sure that there's nothing unexpected coming out of these rooms, but there's really nothing to worry about. Yep. Guy coming out of that hallway right there. That's why we stand just a little bit behind it, to prevent that guy from coming out behind me. So I'm going to check into this hallway. And I don't see anything in the immediate area, so I'm going to go back to shooting. And just like that, that window is liberated. And there's nothing in this room. Every large room that we check that doesn't have zombies in it is very, very encouraging to me, and we can use this opportunity to once again fill up our water bottles and keep us in the fight. Just going to take a little jaunt down the hallway to the side of the cafeteria. Yeah, not really running into a whole lot. Some zombies on these windows. I almost got bitten by that zombie because I phased through him, which is annoying. But yeah, I think I'm a little far from any entry point which is a little bit concerning, so I'm just going to clear these windows as an insurance policy just in case of future emergencies. And I think back there is where we're going to make our next hole. But looking at that, we now have 1,128 kills. That's going to bring our total to 661 zombies killed at the prison, and surely more to come in the future. But until then, thanks for watching.